Good morning. We got a new day, new job. I've actually got a commercial building to work on. We're gonna do, it's kind of been rough graded, but we're gonna redo the rough grade and get the finished dirt down and kind of help Dad landscape it. But this is it right here. It's been, I don't know, half a dozen different restaurants. And then after the tornado, a restaurant moved into it, and I want to say they were only in here for a couple of years, and then no one's done anything to it since like 2015, I guess. So now they're gonna have an accounting firm. They have their building down the road. It's getting remodeled so they can move into it because their building is getting torn down to put a Menards and stuff like that in. And this builder is the same one, or the developer that's going to build the Menards. I don't actually know. I think the way they got in touch with us, because they're from Kansas City. I think Dad had to come here over the winter to look at the sprinkler system for the fire protection inside. And I don't know if he mentioned to him that we do dirt work and landscaping or what, or how. I don't know how that went down, but I'll get what I'm trying to say out in a minute. But yeah, so now they're ready, and I'm kind of looking forward to this one. This will be my first kind of commercial job that I've done like this on YouTube. So back whenever I landscaped with Dad, we've done, you know, quite a bit of these, a lot of banks, restaurants, strip malls. But since I've been on my own and doing the YouTube thing, I have not had any projects like this. So I'm gonna come in here now, and all these islands, we're gonna just rip everything out. I'm gonna cut the grade down about 4 or 5 inches, because these are all gonna get a couple shrubs and just creek rock. They're actually leaving the landscaping and design up to us, so which is kind of nice. Most of the time we got blueprints, and they always want to plant way more stuff than what they need because it's small. So we get to do kind of a design build deal. The owner of the construction company is going to be back down here tomorrow, Wednesday. So I got here, this is Tuesday morning. They are like ready to get they want this thing done by like September 1st, I think, and it's like August 9th. So that's the commercial side's always got these crazy deadlines. It seems like for us, we're always the last ones in here. It's always everybody else is taking longer, so we got to get done quick. They also waited almost 4 weeks to tell us that we got the job. We were supposed to know at the end of the week that we talked to them, and then we didn't hear anything for a month, so it's kind of a hurry up and wait thing. I was going to try to salvage some of this clean rock, but got asphalt and other junk mixed in with it. There's not that much here to try to keep. And my thought process for today, there's 3 or 4 of these little islands like this. I'm going to try to get them cut down and graded out. That way when that guy shows up tomorrow, instead of me working on like around the building or the big island, you'll see that there's multiple little spots done and graded up, so maybe it'll look like I got more done than what I did. But what else? I know it's a lot of talking. We can actually dump it down the road, so I got like a 2-block haul. And I'll try to show you, there's not much to see over there right now. There just was a bunch of brush and junk. There's 160 acres over here to my east. And that's where, I guess, the Menards, several, I guess, strip malls or little retail places are going to go. There's discussion of a movie theater, like condos or apartments. I don't. This builder works directly for the developer that's got the big idea to come in here. I guess Menards is the one that can actually kind of dictate who gets to build what in that section. So it should be, it'll be work for a few years, but it should be a good deal for Joplin. I've never been to a Menards, but apparently it's like it's bigger than like Lowe's and Home Depot, I guess. So I kind of wanted to get over here. I'm trying to make a good impression on these guys because I think if I can knock this one out of the park, I could possibly get into a lot more work for them on this site. I'm trying to kind of get into utilizing the 2150 more. I like to get into the stormwater stuff and, you know, retention ponds and such like that, hopefully. So I thought if I could get here today, make a long day out of it, clean up as much as I can, that would kind of show them what we can get done. I'll try to go over throughout the process kind of what I do and why. Like I said, I know this is a lot of talking, but at least I'm trying to give you guys something to look at. I've also learned through my years on the commercial side of things, it's different than the residential side. Like, apparently the excavator was always the guy that kind of came in, you know, did the rough grades, the stormwater stuff. But supposedly, they normally let him do the rough grading and then responsible to get the topsoil in. Well, what I have found out over the years, just like this job, they never put in as much dirt. You know, the prints calls for 4 to 5 inches of good topsoil. There's maybe 2 inches here, and they just cover up the rocks and the concrete and all the trash. So I come in as a landscaper and have to try to, you know, make that work or dig over the top of it. So, but I think on the commercial side, out from what I kind of gather, I mean, you guys can let me know if I'm wrong or whatever. I don't think a lot of landscapers actually come in and do any sort of rough grade or cleanup normally. I think they're just supposed to kind of go with whatever the excavator has left them. I have never really done that, so I usually kind of come in here and pistol the excavator off, because same way, I think I did this guy the same way. They come in here, they brought some real crappy fill with a lot of big rock and junk in it, and then they tore out concrete and they tried to hide it in there, because I saw all that when I was here before. And then they just bury it, and what we've ended up with is now all the grade, not these so much, but everything is higher than the curbs and the sidewalk, and you can see that section actually slopes back towards the building, where I need to cut that down on the building 3 or 4 inches to make room for 2-inch creek rock, and then I need to put a swell through there. So when we first looked at it, they were still here kind of working on the rough grade, and a lot of these islands were like 6 to 8 inches low, and I just asked them to leave it like that. That way there's plenty of room to put good topsoil on there. Part of it is we can go ahead and work on putting the irrigation system in without having to go through all that. And then the same excavator guy told me he was responsible for getting the topsoil in here and spreading it over here, and I just asked them to just leave it piled up, and you know, we could spread it out, because they told me they were kind of on a budget. And I don't know if saying that made that guy mad or what, but next thing I know, they got up on the spot next to the building, and then 2 days later I come in here and he has spread it all out over all the junk. So, and it's all too high, so I have to come in here and dig it down 6 to 7 inches. And we've also wasted 20 loads of dirt because, as you can tell, like that dirt over there, he's just mixed it in with all the rocks and the junk and the trash. This island over here to my left, he's almost got all the rock and the clay on top. So now they're gonna have to pay me to come in here and dig this entire site down, just so we can get the grass and the rock and everything on there. Where I wasn't trying to be rude about it, I was just trying to help them out, save a little money, because they acted like, you know, they were kind of on a budget. Just going to be easier for everybody. So I don't know if that was in his contract, or like I said, if he just got aggravated, but he went ahead and just spread everything out and mixed it all together. So I've talked with the builder, and I kind of went over with him, and he agreed that he was not happy with that at all. Because like I said, now they're turning around and paying me to come in here dig all this out, which I wanted. I mean, I wasn't just saying, like I said, to be rude. I mean, I enjoy that part of it. I like setting the grades and roughing stuff in, and I think that's where I always throw everybody off on the commercial side. It's like it's almost like I'm a hybrid. Like I can do excavating and landscaping. I think that's what really throws them on. And then you show up, you know, with the dump truck and my 2 machines, and then like the 2150, that really throws them off. They think you're just a landscaper with that stuff. So yeah, now it was kind of aggravating because good dirt's getting hard to find. It was some pretty good looking dirt. And I may be able, I'm going to try to salvage what I can. I guess if I had like a skeleton bucket, that would make a big difference, but okay, I have no idea what they've been talking about, but it's a busy morning already. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to come in here. Well, I think that's what it was. I was just talking about, I like to be able to establish the rough grade and the finished grade, because there's kind of a certain way that I like to have things done. But here's kind of the back of the property, and you can tell what I'm talking about here, and you can see how everything's to the top of the concrete or curb or sidewalk or wherever. So I need to get all that cut out so I can get, you know, 5-6 inches of good dirt and then the sod. So I'm cutting it down by, I don't know, 5 or 7 inches, and like I said, this is all humped up here. I'm not sure, some sort of electrical box down there, but maybe we can cover over it. There's such a grade change between the new concrete patio and that. But this is how this is all kind of turning out. We got some pretty decent dirt, and there's a valve box to the old sprinkler system right there. I had to take that spruce out. They wanted it gone, so I guess they're gonna have their big sign right up there, and I didn't want anything in the way of it, so we're gonna have another couple, I guess, planted out there. But and some of that stuff up along the building's a little bit, it's still rocky, but it's a little bit looser, so I've been throwing it out here. I'm gonna get the loader in and get this really slicked up, make sure I'm not, because this was pretty deep right here, but it just, that clay was stuck together, it just grabs it and the whole thing just comes out. So I can kind of take that stuff along the buildings. I didn't spend any time trying to track that in, and kind of move it over there and walk it in. But we're making good progress, so we're gonna load up another load. say for my interruptions today, I made pretty good progress. I got five little islands or whatever. This one's pretty good size. Like I said, I need to do a little raking around that. I got to talk to the GC tomorrow and see. I don't exactly know if I can cover up that electrical box, and I'll just fill that in and taper it to the gas meter, I guess, and I'll just kind of slope out. But yeah, these are all cut down, tracked in, ready for the irrigation system to go in. And then I think that's just going to be a planter bed. At least I hope it is. I put all that dirt and junk in there. I know that's just all going to be shrubs and rock just because of all the windows right there. And then this, I want to say, is planter bed. I think they're going to put a line of shrubs because they're not real happy with how that wall came out with those seams that they kind of mortared over. So I think along that edge, and it'll kind of curve around and go. Everything along the building is going to have beds with 2 to 3 feet of creek rock, just so you're not mowing and trimming right up along that edge. You can kind of follow the edging. So, and then all the little islands out there are just going to have a couple shrubs and creek rock, because those are always a pain to maintain around vehicles. And then these two are all cleaned out and ready to go. This one turned out to be a little lower just with all the weed garden junk I pulled off of it. But same thing, whatever we do in that one, we're going to mirror down here and creek rock and shrubs. I didn't find any pipes. It's a valve box, so found some heads, so there's got to be a pipe or something in here, but if not, we'll just run a new one. At some point tomorrow I may start on this one right here. This will take a little longer, and I may have the 2150 where I can start breaking some of this up a little bit quicker. Man, I got to take that tree out. But yeah, I see everything's where it's touching that stucco. I want to dig that down like 4 inches so I can put creek rock, but then I got to watch because these downspouts, but maybe that stake right there, somewhere they hook into a pipe and go to the retention pond. And I guess the power is going to stay right there, so we're going to have the landscaping will be 3 feet out, and then it'll get almost those windows, and it'll just kind of arc out and then back around that way. I just hate mowing right by windows like that. Which I know I'm not going to have to mow it, but it just seems smarter to put a bed in there where you can keep it out of the way and not have to get close. Probably in the morning I'll start on this section, just keep working my way around the building. And then once I get to here, I'll either get the loader or the 2150 and kind of focus on it. Then I just got the big island, and then this one, nail and all the way to the street out there, but I don't know. It's kind of got a drainage ditch, I guess. Those shrubs are going to go. These trees are going to go. These are Bradford pears, and they've been broke off and almost died. So then they grow back. I don't know if I can. They got great big thorns. I can't find any of them right now, but they just grow back all ugly and have these huge thorns on them, so you can't really shape them or do anything with them. We'll get the 2150 in here and just rake all this out. I may salvage what riprap I can, rake those weeds out, and I may just top coat it with some new, but I'm sure at one time this was all riprap right here and they just let this grow up. So yeah, we're probably just gonna take this hole in and start over, because it would sure look a lot better and function better. But I'm just trying to get up around the building for now. That way Dad can get started on his irrigation, then I can be working on this outer stuff and kind of be out of everybody's way. But yeah, that's my quick walk around. So I'm happy. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully finish up around the building and start on there. So we'll just catch you guys then.